Alright, here we go. This is a custom 1v1 on Duel. Green player in the upper left-hand corner, Valinor in the Black Ops Striker, and his opponent. The blue player in the bottom right-hand corner, Boomhower in the Tomcat Striker. Striker versus Striker, faction mate versus faction mate, tournament champion partners versus each other. Valinor and Boomhower, the previous 2v2 FedCon mini tournament champions. I'm pretty sure this is pretty much a practice match right now, and we do have Boomhower and Valinor about to square off 1v1. Pretty standard openings here. They are both using the same mechs, and they have very, very similar loadouts, although Boomhower does have artillery and Valinor does not. Valinor going with the Boxer, and actually Valinor going with the Dillo, while Boomhower is going with the Gemini, which is kind of more of a direct counter to Dillo, as it does win in pure credit costs for its combat ability against each other. And now we do have Valinor bunkering with creeps. Boomhower bunkering with creeps as well here at the corner, but microing there. I'm not really sure if he meant to set off those mines, and he did bunker with jumpers here. Valinor actually attacking with some boomers. Those boomers all going off, and Valinor now able to neutralize this outpost. Let's see if Boomhower can actually save the... Okay, he does save his moneymaker, but will he be able to save it from Valinor's fire? Valinor does try to trick Boomhower lifting off and dropping there, but Boomhower does not want to engage any longer, as he was at the disadvantage at that point. Retreating his moneymaker back, he will eventually be socketed. Valinor now just setting defenses down at his close. Boomhower bringing in a Gemini and bunkering. I guess just repositioning your defenses. Everyone playing it safe nowadays. Very, very vulnerable to getting cheesed in the current game state. But we got Valinor with more boomers. Will he go for that moneymaker, which is smoking gray? Now he does switch to the moneymaker, does finish it off, and Boomhower now short one moneymaker. Valinor controlling all the action. Boomhower just putting down defenses and defending against Valinor's harass here, but does finish off Valinor in that chase. Does not give up pursuit. Does finish off Valinor. In the meantime, he was building up tech pod. Puts it on the right side of that outpost, not in the trees, but it's still a good place to put it. Just blocked by one side, I guess you can kind of think of it. Oh, okay, now he does start to reposition. Maybe he will put it on a socket, and maybe defend it with a tank or a seeker or something like that. No, now Valinor coming with some Dillos, going for the 4-drop instead of the outpost harass. And is he going to go for moneymakers here? He did set them on attack. He actually did bring... Where did he drop the other one? Oh, he dropped the other one over here, so it will eventually hit that corner. And Valinor switching his focus did get a moneymaker there. Boomhower not able to save that, so Valinor again still controlling the action. Boomhower trying to body block that moneymaker, but does lose it, while Valinor getting killed by the Gemini on the ground. So I'm not really sure who's come out completely positive here. Maybe Valinor, because Boomhower has not immediately rebuilt his moneymakers. Although Valinor does have respawn costs and time away from the field, Boomhower does not have money generating in that entire time that he's lost his moneymakers. He already has one down here, and Valinor again coming with more harass, more boomers. And I think okay, let's see. It's 6 moneymakers, Boomhower with one more coming out in queue, and Valinor has 9, so 3 more moneymakers out on field for Valinor, and already a tech pod out in his, completely built in his build queue, waiting to come out. And Boomhower now still defending against Valinor's harass. Valinor actually killing quite a lot there, but Valinor trying to run away from Boomhower, not successful, getting back to his forward outpost, and Boomhower way ahead in the mid-fight, kind of, because he already has a lot of units here, but in terms of what he's killed, it's not that drastic, and has lost a lot here at this back outpost, at this close outpost, so it's about even, I would say, 28 to 38 in terms of upkeep, but, Valinor has a lot of those stocked up in Dillos, where Boomhower has those 4 upkeep Goliaths. I think it's 4. Pretty sure it's 4. Yeah, I should have looked at those numbers, but I will review those before the tournament, guys. Don't worry. Let's see now. Boomhower again defending, and Valinor again harassing. Both of them coming up with pretty good units, or pretty good armies at this point. And I kind of do smell base race coming sometime soon. Boomhower trying to chase away Valinor. Valinor faking lifting off there, but will probably does get finished off there on the ground by Boomhower's units. And now Boomhower gonna restock a moneymaker, probably gonna put a little bit of defense on his tech pod. Valinor, where is this tech pod? I would guess it's somewhere over here. No, he probably put it at his fort. Yes, it is back at the fort, defended by a bunch of doors, which is pretty safe with that massive amount of defenses. Valinor does look like he's creating quite a unit cluster here to send out all at once. Might send a double push to distract Boomhower on multiple fronts, and possibly do another drop for the 3-front attack. I don't know. just a guess. But now Valinor going with a Dillo for the tech pod. Boomhower will definitely be able to save this, but it will cause quite a lot of trouble. And Valinor swooping the credit box on the way back and going for the other one. Boomhower not going for them at all. You know, they just spawned at 415. And Boomhower pretty behind at this point, as he is 40,000 credits short of Valinor. And Valinor might start pumping out, okay, yeah, just started pumping out goalies. And Boomhower scouts that tech pod, does see that it is not there anymore, and does realize he is way behind. Might start to push out here. Will he be able to scout that secret cluster of Dillos moving out for Valinor? I really highly doubt it. Let's see how far that Dillo cluster gets before Boomhower actually notices and responds to it. And Valinor, yeah, did send out his fort stationed Dillos, and now going with the goalie, will probably drop it right on the, nope, going for the close outpost. Valinor not switching the T, but Boomhower now finally seeing this Dillo line, will bring down his goalies for defense. No, okay, yeah, he is, but weird position kind of with the back facing. And Valinor's Dillos, where did they go? Where did they go? Where did they go? I think a lot of them did die, I guess. Well, now this Dillo cluster has pretty much been shut down by Boomhower, his sword, and those goalies. But now Valinor has been able to neutralize the middle outpost. Goes down to the Goliath that Boomhower is stationed over there. And now Boomhower will going to be able to get his coach back. One goalie, just one goalie that he will be trying to put down a little bit of fire. Doesn't really need to spend that much time to maintain that goalie. Take care of it. Now has some jumpers. Gonna still go with the defensive play a little bit as he is pretty much behind at this point. He does realize that Valinor has grabbed both of those boxes. So yeah, now just bringing out a lot of goalies in queue, or from queue. Will be able to, and Valinor landing to distract the goalies from firing, so his goalies will be able to get a little bit of an advantage in this mid fight right now. But Boomhower actually does have the numbers in his advantage. He does have a ratchet to support those back units right here aren't really firing at anything, but Valinor kind of losing this fight, trying to land behind those goalies as much as possible to distract their fire, but Boomhower kind of doing the same thing. Valinor trying to pump out more units, and Boomhower coming out with bombs. A little bit interesting to see against goalies, not really something that you would typically see, but you know, every little bit does count. I would think that maybe, okay, yeah, he is now queuing up more goalies, which is probably the most productive thing to do at this point. Valinor losing that outburst, drops a couple boomers, lands himself to distract, sending tanks from firing on the boomers, but does die in the process. Boomhower does bomb, tries to slash down whatever he can with those goalies. He really needs to stay moving so he can outrun those goalies' turrets, but does go down. So does not move quite fast enough to avoid that goalie fire. Did get a lot of sword slashing in that time, but none of the goalies, I think, actually went down to Boomhower slashing. And now Valinor with more creeps will be able to retake that middle outpost. But what will he be able to duck out of it? Has just one goalie and a bunch of Dillos in queue, so he will be able to bring out, okay, maybe just one of that goalie. Now going to bring some Dillos, probably to Boomhower's front door. Oh no, going to go for the outpost again. Maybe he was going to go for the moneymaker, but there is this tech pod that is pretty vulnerable that he might have been able to get should he have gone after it at first. But now Boomhower has some goalies moving out for the mid and still fighting Valinor down here. Valinor barely, or Boomhower barely saving that tech pod before Valinor is able to snipe it. Does drop a ratchet to keep it alive. And now Boomhower's goalies are reaching the middle outpost. Will he be able to catch up in time to be able to stop them before they kind of suicide themselves? Oh, Miss Micros accidentally picks up a creep, but does successfully stop his goalies and will start to micro his goalies around now. Valinor dropping a single Dillo for distraction fire. Does go down very, very quickly. Boomhower bringing now some jumpers for distraction fire as well, or I guess for cannon fodder for the most part. Does go down to the goalies while he is slashing his sword, and now Valinor has a slight upper hand right now. It's exactly even, 44 to 44. Oh, well, it was very, very briefly. But Boomhower queuing up a bunch of goalies. Now Valinor will be able to, well, I mean, in the time that Boomhower has respawned, he has only brought more goalies to the fight. Oh, and Boomhower dropping a Gemini pretty much just to immediately die. That was not really that great of a move, but really wanted to distract those goalies from firing at his goalie cluster. And at this point, it is just a battle of goalies. It's just a battle of goalie micro for the most part. And with the current carry formulas getting a little bit messed up and kind of redone, because apparently there was an error. Funnily enough, it made things kind of worse. Because, now, not only does everything have a really, really fast carry with heavy units, I mean, it kind of equaled it out. Like, it used to be like Bomber carry goalies and really heavy things incredibly fast. Those were all messed up, but at this point, everything can carry fast, and I really don't think that's better, to be honest. now, yeah, just more micro. Boomhower actually winning this micro battle. It's 30 to 50. 30 to 54. Boomhower doing another goal. Yeah, I guess it is 4. Now Valinor losing a lot of his units. 26 to 52. Forced to pull back. Let's see if he can save that last goalie. Yes, he can, but Boomhower has a humongous tank, or not tank, well, I guess it's a tank, but a pretty much unit advantage is what I wanted to get at. And now starting with his bombs, he'll be able to finish off that goalie, or not goalie, Dillo. And now that another goalie coming out on the field for Valinor, but it's not anywhere close to what Boomhower has on the field. He did a quick mass select. I think he might have started to move out. Is he going to go with captures so he can get a good surround, or is he going to go with attack? I would assume he's going to go straight for an attack, man, as there is nothing at Valinor's front door, which he could probably safely assume, especially because Valinor sent those push from both ends, both sides, that side push and the fort push. And yes, Boomhower does have it set on attack. And Valinor now with the goalie, gonna go straight for the corner. Oh no, he's not. He's going for the outpost attack. Oh, he's dropping it there so the goalie can eventually make its way there. He can hit. The goalie will eventually get to that fort while Valinor mounts a defense, whatever kind of defense he can. The goalies are now reaching even further. Now reaching, I guess they are going straight for the fort. Unless Boomhower decides to just micro the weak goalie back. Unless Boomhower does decide to switch to T, which I don't really see why he would at this point, as Valinor's fort is wide open. Valinor's goalie now finally getting to this fort. It will be eventually killed by the two Gemini. Oh, it did get finished off. So Valinor's one goalie drop, you know, the one thing that might have brought Boomhower back away from this attack for a little bit of time is pretty much gone. Valinor has nothing left in the except for bombs, and that's really not going to be enough. Will Boomhower be able to get this finish with all those goalies? I would venture to say yes, because there is way too much over here for Valinor to do anything about. The goalie does go down, or the goalie does take Valinor down, and Boomhower has a lot of lives over here. And Valinor scored way too much for him to defend against, and this is GG. Just a few seconds now, and boom, Valinor has left the game. And it has taken over because the replay has pretty much ended. But yes, Boomhower taking this custom 1v1 win over Valinor on Duel. Hopefully getting good practice in for the tournament. Speaking of tournament, March 29th, make sure you guys tune in. I know I've been a broken record about this, but I'm pretty excited myself to try to host my first Carbon sponsored tournament, and I really hope it turns out well. I really do. Yeah, check out my video description, check out the links. You know, I say the same thing every single time. I'm going to say this time, thanks guys for watching, thanks for tuning in, thanks for your likes and subscribes, and for your comments. I really do like comments, actually, and not necessarily comments directed to me, but comments directed at the game, discuss the game. You know, I don't really care about, you know, saying great game or something like that, but talk about it. Talk about it. What could they have done better? What could they have done worse? What was awesome? What was not awesome? You know, what was a great move? What was good timing? Who had great micro? Who had the best strategy? Stuff like that. So, yeah, guys, get excited about AirMech. That's all I got to say. This is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.